JJ, should KD leave if Kyrie does?
Before I answer the question, I took some notes on what you guys are. I just want to address a few things. First of all, let's start with Perk and the idea that Kyrie Irving can just go sign with the Lakers if he opts out. And, let's assume Russell Westbrook is going to opt in. There's really no way for Kyrie Irving to go sign there. He would have to sign for the taxpayer mid-level, which is about $6 million, or a minimum contract, which is about 2.7. So I don't envision that scenario. Legs, on your point about Kevin Durant, those numbers, the amount of games he's missed over the last 8 seasons, like, let's take into account that he did have an Achilles tear and he missed 80, a full season. And he on average, he's missing about 22 games a season beyond that, which is still, don't get me wrong, a lot. But some of that is weighted by that Achilles tear, of course. And then I wanted to talk to your point about that third point you made about great players and building something from scratch. Like, to me, he pretty much did that. I know they didn't win a championship, but we talk about these asterisks next to championships. We talk about these what-ifs all the time. And you go back to that Bucks series in 2021, if Kyrie Irving doesn't get hurt, it's likely they win that series. It's probably likely they go on to win a championship. If James Harden doesn't have a hamstring injury that season, maybe they even win that series without Kyrie Irving. So there's always these what-ifs, of course. But he elevated that team. I mean, his Game 7 performance in that series was an all-time performance. And I want to get back to that point in a second. The thing you said about, Marcus, about how players view Kevin Durant, I can unequivocally say it. Players view Kevin Durant as one of the all-time greats, as one of the great players, a guy that is the best player on a championship-level team. There's not many guys that people around the league view as the best player on a championship-level team. Kevin Durant's one of those guys. There's a notion that, like, the Nets essentially tried to stack chips, right? The Lakers tried to stack chips. Of course, Golden State got, fortunate with the timing of 2016 and Kevin Durant being a free agent and this spike in the salary cap and Stephen Curry being on a less than max and Klay Thompson being on a less than max contract. Like, there's all these things that have to go right to still win a championship. The Nets tried to do that in 2021, bringing in Harden. You can't control injuries. Kevin Durant in 19. Klay Thompson in 19, like, all these things have to go right for you to win a championship. And to me, that doesn't say anything about a player. It says more about the luck involved with reaching that all-time status of a championship team. It doesn't say anything about Kevin Durant, that Kyrie Irving got hurt in that Bucks series, or that James Harden had a hamstring injury. And we're going to get more into this about Kevin Durant and all this stuff. Yeah. I just wanted to point that out.
No, of course. We'll go there now. And we're also going to touch on Kyrie and what would be the potential best fit for Kyrie. We mentioned those teams. The Athletic had mentioned in terms of the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Knicks. We'll dive into all of that.